This video will walk you through the steps as to how to find an altitude within a triangle. As you recall, an altitude is used to find the height of a triangle. An altitude can be located in a bunch of different spots. It can be within the triangle, it can be on the triangle itself, or outside of it. So this one can have some different locations to it. It just depends on the type of triangle that you are dealing with and what angle you are working with as well. To find an altitude, what you need to figure out is how to find a line that is perpendicular. So talked about that in a different video, how to find a perpendicular line in general. So it's a little bit more generic than the perpendicular bisector. The steps to find just a perpendicular line are pretty similar to finding an angle bisector, which you can see in a previous video. So here's what we need to essentially do. In this case, we're going to draw an altitude from vertex A. Here's vertex A. The altitude is going to go ahead and make a perpendicular line to the opposing side. So what we're going to mess with here is the side across from angle A. So to make an altitude, what you need to make sure of is you put your compass on the vertex, so in this case A. You want to swing an arc. Try that again here. Make sure, again, you want to keep your compass nice and steady. Add a little extra paper here to support it. You want to put your compass on the vertex, right at A, and you want to go ahead and make an arc. Now, the one thing about this particular arc is that it has to cross through the opposing side twice. Now, you'll notice at this current point, it crosses through once, doesn't exactly cross through a second time. You can do this one of two ways. You can either erase your arc, try to make it smaller to make it fit. The other thing you can do to kind of cheat it a little bit is you can take the side you're working with and extend it. So I'm actually going to do that here to make this just a little bit easier so I don't have to keep playing trial and error with this. I'm going to go ahead and take my pencil, line it up with the existing side, and I'm simply just going to extend it. Which you can do. It's still part of the triangle. It would go on infinitely, so you can do that, and that will work. So now the arc crosses through two places on the opposing side. It is from those two intersecting points, so where the arc and the side intersect, we're going to go ahead and make two additional arcs. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And again, when you do it from one, you'll do it from the other. If you do it correctly, you'll get two arcs that cross over each other, like so. And that'll make that X. Again, all the same steps as what you saw with an angle bisector, except our angle this time is a straight angle. It's a straight line. So if you actually go back and look at those steps, you'll see that this is the exact same process, except we're dealing with a straight line. Last thing you have to do to get that altitude, line up your ruler with your vertex and where those two arcs crossed. And you have yourself an altitude. Nice perpendicular line. Again, it's an altitude, so we don't have to worry about cutting the side in half. That's not relevant to this. All we care about is simply getting the two lines to cross at 90 degrees.